Howdy folks, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Heart Survivor number 4. Currently we're playing this as, of course, South Africa. And South Africa of Africa speaks for itself. But not only are we actually engaged over there, we're unfortunately low on manpower, which is partly due to the fact that we're actually supporting our allies in Europe. So yeah, we basically got a substantial number of troops in positions here throughout Europe. This particular army here is preparing for an invasion of England, but this other one here is actually trying to drive the Americans out of some parts of Vichy, France. Now, long-term sustainability of all of this is low. Yeah, mostly of course due to the fact that I just don't have the manpower to be able to keep this up indefinitely. Hopefully the Germans will be able to take over the role of actually defending this section here a lot better. But unfortunately, I'm seeing that there's quite a bit of troops, German troops, all out the other space here. As you can see, they're still along the border with Finland as well, as you can see. They're also fighting here in Norway, it looks like, where they're fighting against the Dutch, the Americans. So there's a whole range of different enemies that they're engaged with. And yeah, I'm not quite sure how this is going to pan out in the longer term. I don't see too many of the German units actually positioned there. There's lots of them positioned. Where are they really positioned? I think it's mostly in India. There's a large number of them. Well, actually, it's not really a large number of them, but there's a certain number of them over there. Not sure where. I had expected to see more of them. They're not really in America at all. Let's just keep the clock running in the meantime. But yeah, okay. In the meantime, of course, we keep on engaging ships. We're victorious, and there's nothing in terms of the results interesting. Anyway, we keep on engaging ships here that are trying to pass by the Cape. Because we're all in possession of the Suez Canal as well, so that's not allowing any further enemy ships to come through. Strategic bombing. Well, I don't really have any strategic bombing to do here, do I? So why did I build the facilities there? Okay, let's get a quick look at the construction here. So we're building more military factories, as you can see. I might maybe want to invest in some civilian factories as well if I got the capacity anywhere. But it looks like I've actually used up all the capacity for stuff of that sort. Okay. Can I create extra space? I don't think so. Nuclear reactor. Interesting. Again, I got no space whatsoever for nuclear reactors. I might want to scrap some of these. So let's Uganda. That's this one here. So if I put a nuclear reactor into there, I'm actually going to move this higher up in the priority queue. So it'll be up next. And here I got Kenya. Stanleyville. Okay. Going to remove that from the queue as well. And I'm again going to put another nuclear reactor in there as well. Gonna get some visible material to be able to build, of course, some bombs. Alright, that's the Kenya one. I'm gonna do the same in Kenya. I'm gonna build another nuclear plant over there. Alright, the other ones are really up here. Where of course I got Engels. Kashmir. I'm going to remove that one from Kashmir, and I'm going to do the same process in Kashmir. And it looks like that might actually be a more protected site, so I'm going to actually put it up in the priority queue. Good. Alright, let's go back to my troops here. Let's see how we are doing in terms of engaging the enemy units. And it looks like we actually driven them out of that particular province there. We will now need to, of course, push them out of these other bits. We're not really having too much luck yet. It looks like the enemy units are low in supplies, which is good. Which of course is good, and we basically got our own units starting to support them now. It shoot up the ante a little bit. Alright, let's take a slightly more roundabout route for those extra supporting troops there. We are suffering some damage here, which yeah, of course makes sense, because we're fighting the enemy with multiple of our units. So we're using up some of our manpower to try to support our allies here in driving the Americans out. Ooh, the Spanish actually have got possession of some of the parts here. Interesting. Didn't expect that to have happened, but yeah, Bordeaux in possession of the Spanish. I guess that might be due to the fact that they drove Americans out there. I'm not 100% sure, but okay. Alright, these units are recovering their manpower, it looks like. We are unfortunately suffering losses here as well. We're keeping the pressure up on the enemies. We keep on reinforcing it here as well. Alright, so let's move this unit here. And I think I can actually push these two back into the fray as well. As you can see, we got a large number of units here still engaging the enemy. Not sure whether the enemy is actually retreating out to sea, because yeah, they are actually being reduced in terms of numbers of units available there. 83%. And we're getting there eventually, but yeah, it's taken a bit of time. And it looks like there are enemy fighters here. Alright, are we pushing them back? I would say so. Increasing the game speed a little bit to basically make this a bit more seamless. With 95%. We should win this within less than a day. 99%. Yes, we took possession of that last section there, so good. Alright, there we go. All back in Allied, well, Allied, German hands, or Axis hands. Alright. Good. Let's have a look at this plan here. We're at 58 out of 84 days along in terms of progress, which is good. Now my manpower is still dropping. We took out some Dutch convoys here, which is good. We're still focusing upon the naval production here. So if I look at my naval facilities here, I don't have any. Ah, an ace pilot was promoted. Good. Coast recently promoted. Okay, cool. Good. Let's run through that list here briefly. Let's also look at our stockpiles. How we're doing in terms of planes. Close support. We're not really doing that much, but fighters, we actually are on a slight deficit, as you can see. Where are my fighters? Cape. Cape. I'm gonna move this one all the way to Europe. That one is, of course, Pilot Ace Coast Demon Pretorius. Wow. Haste is assigned to wings smaller than 100, so all effects are increased by 100 or 200% to compensate. Wow. That looks like it is interesting. So yeah, I got squadrons of rockets here, which are I guess good. Pretty sure I moved a unit here, but I don't see it on the list at the moment. Let's try it again. So let's take on, for example, Mark 1s and Mark 1 of the Spiteful and Spitfire. Mark 3. Ah, it is here. Good. And what am I going to do? Yeah, I'm going to do the same mission there as the other ones. So Southern France, aircraft detection percentage total. Okay. I would expect to at least see something in terms of allied enemy. Ooh, okay. Some of my allies' numbers. Yeah, I'm always happy to basically accept convoys of equipment. Send them my way. We got 87 planes up in the skies there. Construction of planes. We're doing 5.82 per week. Construction is still ongoing here. Numbers are still increasing. How are we doing in terms of trade? Am I importing stuff still? So I've got imports here of steel as well, which I could potentially reduce. Does that bring it down to exactly 0? Oh, actually still got a positive number. But what that does, it actually allows me to basically utilize more of my production capacity here, which is good. So more goes towards the actual production of new facilities, which means that this one will complete in August on the 22nd, which is tomorrow. There we go, and we're now basically fully focusing on the production of this here, and that's going to take a fair while, as you can see. It's going to take, wow, I need a fair while longer than I thought it would, but okay. So let's keep maybe something here in the mix. So the next one afterwards will again be another military factory. So I'm going to keep this a little bit mixed in terms of the line out. So how many points in total are needed for this? Does it say? Yeah, it's 7,200. So it looks like, yeah, that'll be a fair even distribution. Import requests are not being fulfilled. In terms of steel from Vichy, France. Okay. Okay, that could of course be to do with the fact that some of our convoys got destroyed. Maybe. That is a Free France convoy. Okay, is there more? No, it's only that one. Alright, let's look at this one here. That one there could come over to reinforce it. That one could come over straight away there as well. And what I'm going to do now, this one's going to prepare another naval invasion from here into there. No, I don't want to do that. I want to basically delete that one there. Still want to do that naval invasion from here into... No, that's not the one I want to do. Why is it always taking a more difficult route? Sweet, that should basically do it. Perfect. And of course I'm going to select all of the units. Select all, and I'm going to assign them all to the invasion. Good. Now here I can clearly see how many have been assigned, and this one it doesn't really say. We have prepared 0 out of the 70 plus days required. We have prepared 42 out of the 84 required. 80, 73. Okay, good. So we're going to keep these numbers up a little while. I don't really see too much adverse effect of basically not getting these imports through, but I could potentially switch some of this out from there to Germany. Sorry guys, you're not delivering? I'll take my supplies from somewhere else. I'm going to take an extra one from there. Ah, good. Centurion Marksman in terms of anti-aircraft. Good. So what are we going to focus on next? Do I already want to go for some heavy tanks here? I could as well, but do I want to? There's a tortoise listed there. 125 days. That's only 25 days. Really quick process. Let's go for that one for the moment. Nuclear bombs are still a good, yeah, more than, well, almost a year away. Look at that. The British Navy is engaging these convoys here. Question is, where were they heading to? I'm not sure. More German troops moving around there. There's lots of planes flying around here. Looks like there's German planes being shot down there as well. And those look like bombers. Yeah, they're just kind of, the image is kind of in there sphering with each other, so it's a little bit of an issue there, but okay. Those look like American planes. Okay, let's have a look. We took out another Dutch convoy. Okay. Alright, we're still preparing here. It's progressing quite nicely. We lack sufficient intelligence to dare send an invasion through the channel. Okay. Right. What can we do here? I've got this one at anchor. I'm going to send this one through to our port in Lorient. I'm going to basically base it out of here. That is the intention at least. Base it out of Brittany properly. That looks to be another American fleet engaging those German units. Still don't know why are the Germans moving this by sea. It doesn't make much sense to me, but okay. If they got some kind of logic behind it, then so be it. Let's see what's actually happening here. Disengaging. Yeah, okay. I hope they're disengaging. Looks to be a fair number of battleships. It's a British one, and that's an American heavy cruiser, battle cruiser, battleship, light cruiser, and another light cruiser. Different nationalities running in parallel. More more German troops in ships here. Why? Tell me why. I'm not sure what the AI is doing here, but okay. They're sending troops down here to basically help defend Portugal, but descended down by ship. Ooh. The Americans have taken possession of the Balearics. And the British have taken possession of another Balearic island there. Now in theory, the Americans and the British shouldn't be able to get into here. Unless they're also in possession here of part of this land. But I don't see that. I actually see it in possession at the moment of the Germans. Okay. Okay. That might be interesting for me to do. Maybe I can basically from here move troops into there, for example. It's going to be quite chancy trying to invade Britain, isn't it? So let's maybe... well, for the moment let's keep the orders. If my first batch seems to fail, I can always basically take an alternate route where I invade parts of the Middle Eastern possessions of Britain. Like here. Just wondering what kind of resources have we got there? Nothing, really. So Yemen is not engaged in the war at all. These guys here, no, they're not engaged either. These guys here are not engaged either. Yeah, Britain of course is engaged in the war. Iran is engaged in the... Are they engaged in the war? Then maybe they're not. I thought they were some of our allies, but... Okay, these guys here are not aligned either. These are nationalists. That's of course my territory there. That is territory of non-aligned parties. Germans, of course, fully control India here. Japanese are still in possession of large chunks here. Still see large numbers of Japanese troops moving around here. Are the Japanese actually engaged in the war with... Yeah, they are engaged in that war here, but I just don't see them actually doing much. Like the Philippines. Why don't they take the Philippines? Or the Dutch East Indies. Hold on, British Malaysia, which is an ally. And we got, well, the Dutch East Indies at the moment is mostly Democrats. PNI Democrat, Communist. There's a small fascist faction there. There's here a Japanese section here. But they're suffering attrition. Interesting. Why is there nothing happening here though? Okay. Okay, let's look at the final bits here before we call it a day. These guys have done enough preparation, it looks like. But yeah, we need to get a bit more in terms of operations here in the sea. What's happening here at the moment? I've got these guys operating here. And I can actually set this to be... Can I set this aggression level here? Currently it's set to do not engage. Patrol. Okay. When I set it to do not engage, I should really say, well, try to disengage. But I think we're in a good position. So for the moment I'm going to save away the game, and I'm going to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.